we're set to get this underway as the official steps in to drop the puck, and the face-off is controlled by Faribault initially. Naraki tries a pass that goes off the far board from Century. Now here's a near pickoff of a pass as Faribault trying to break out and bring it back into the Century zone. Puck is below us here at the board. Again, we're perched above the scorers table and the public address announcer at the Faribault Ice Arena. Rochester Century, as the puck ends up going back toward the Century net. Make a nice little push pass. They're going to dump it back and make a shift change here. As the puck rolled literally that time, Linneman can't get it on his stick. The freshman stumped back into the Faribault zone. Bernard gives chase. In the corner now for Rochester Century is Jonah Ottman. He's a sophomore. We got a stoppage here. As the glove job that time by McLean Weisler has been really good in net, as we've noted in our pregame. Just a sophomore, the goalie for Rochester Century is a junior at the blue line. Century shoots, it's wide. Puck gets away from a Panther. Rebel given chase on the near side board. Siegert couldn't quite get to it. Sent back the other way. Weisler comes out of net to leave it for Lucas Linneman. Tries to break it out on the far side, and checked up against the board was Faribault. And you could hear that right below us as Siegert grabs the puck, skates all the way across the blue line, and shoots wide from high to the right of the goaltender, who is again Connor Kozik. Linneman trying to gain control. It ends up in the neutral zone, does the puck, and they're going to ring the board, make a shift change here of the Faribault Falcons. As hitting the ice is Brody Pavel. He's the senior. Near side board. Puck's going to go all the way back behind the Faribault net. Rocky gives chase, gets it to Corey Johnson, banks it off the near side board. Bernard brings it up the ice. Blake Bernard, the senior, being honored here tonight, along with his 6 senior teammates. Slinger sends it across rink, banks off the near board. But he's really had control of this. Corey Johnson's just going to flip it toward the net. Posting to his left is Kozik to make sure that it doesn't do any damage. Puck is just to his right, now behind the net, trying to skate out of the Century zone as the Panthers are going to bring it up ice. Puck ends up right by Weisler. He's going to leave it off his stick for his teammate, Jordan Naraki. Puck is to the left of Weisler. Gets banked off the board, comes to the near side. Century skating with it, backing up with it, trying to gain better spacing. Comes back into the Faribault zone. It's knocked out by the Falcons. That time it was Luke Bernard. Now Century trying to skate into the Faribault zone and put some pressure on Mr. Weisler. Unable to do that up the far side board. It gets dumped back in by Century. Century working hard as it's rung to the near side. Century again. And they've had it in their zone, Falcon zone, for a while here. Faribault will make a bit of a line change. Siegert trying to gain control of that puck. Linneman, just a freshman. He's fun to watch as he was on the ice. Linneman, number 6. As Rochester Century is going to pass it back into the Century zone. The pass is picked off by Siegert. Siegert shoots very wide. It's banked off to the far side. Shot from the blue line, just below it by Lucas Linneman. There's a save there. It was definitely a shot. Each team has 2 shots on goal. What I love about Faribault is we actually have shots on goal on the scoreboard. Puck is just going to trickle back toward the net. And Kozik wants to make sure he's not going to give up anything. So we'll have a face-off to his left. Both teams could make some changes here in personnel. Cody Kosfeld to the KDHL Sports microphone. Big Nine Conference boys hockey. Face off to the left of Kozik in the Century zone. Rocky up the far side board. Century ends up with it. And gloving it is Weisler. I guess he didn't want to give up a rebound there. So he reached out and gloved it. That means we'll have a face-off to his left in the Falcon zone. They dropped the puck. Slinger was in the face-off. And again, I'm going to repeat myself, I know, but I don't know why they don't have the face-off statistics in the hockey stats, because it's a pretty important statistic. Century trying to gain control in their zone here. The Faribault Falcons. And the Century Panthers. The puck was under about 6 pairs of skates. Linneman rings the board, giving chase in the far corner. The Falcons Corey Johnson was trying to go in that slot and perch there, but they weren't able to gain control of the puck to get it to him. Goodwin kind of got ridden on from behind. Rochester Century, a little back pass, and there's a near steal, and there is a steal. Good hard work there by Corey Johnson. Puck's going to get sent all the way to the other end, and they're going to call an icing call here on the Falcons. With 11:18 to go in the first period. We have no score. We have just 2 shots on goal for each team. Another thing I like about Faribault is they're pretty accurate on their shots on goal. It's not shots, it's shots on goal. Face-off is to the right of Weisler. Red circle. Faribault's Vinar sends it the other way. They quickly get it off to Naraki. Seeger's skating up ahead. Linneman skating up ahead. Naraki going to leave it for Seegert. He leaves it for Linneman. Linneman's going to stop. Century almost got it. Now it's back to the blue line. Sent to the other way. Sent high in the slot. It's shot, and it's a save. Well, they moved the puck well that time. Owen Nesberg, the sophomore, shot it high in the slot. Well, the face-off to the left of Kozik in the Century zone. Linneman, this freshman, does very good on those face-offs. Here's a bit of a turnover. Century's going back the other way. Bernard got back nicely that time. Run some interference. I mean, not penalty type of interference. As one of the Panthers just hit the ice. The puck is at neutral ice. Squirts back into the Century zone. Nesberg giving chase. It's hit off the far side board. Vinar almost had it hit him as it was knocked off the far side board. Here comes Century. Here's a shot. And another glove save by Weisler. So the face-off will be to the left of Weisler with 10:22 to go in the period. Each team now has 3 shots on goal. Looks like Seegert. Or no, that's Slinger, I'm sorry, in the face-off. I just saw the one. Little back pass. Not much on it. Faribault couldn't get in front to steal it, though. Slinger's wreaking havoc with that Panther behind the net. Century has a couple of guys perched in front of the net. He fans at it twice, does the Panther, and now coming back the other way is Slinger. Slinger has Corey Johnson to his right. He's going to shoot it. He tried to center it. Johnson was flying down the slot, but he couldn't get there in time. Puck bounces back into the Century zone, into the corner. Corey Johnson almost had control of it, but got checked up against the board behind the net. And here come the Rochester Century Panthers. Aiden Swee is a junior. Sent up the near side board and then kicking the puck high in the slot. Pad save. There's another pad save by Weisler. Boy, that was a point blank one there. Past the near side. Another save by Weisler that almost got through. It's going to roll all the way back to the other end. The Century now with 6 shots on goal. 3 bang, bang, bang there. Weisler was to the task. Here's a near turnover in the Falcon zone. They're trying to break out. Neutral ice. Both teams working hard to get that puck. Pass cross rink by Century. Rocky checks the Panther at the blue line, and he ends up at his derriere. Here's a centering pass that's intercepted and flipped ahead by Naraki. Ginter is on the ice here for Faribault. Has the puck now. It's going to circle in, shoots it from right above the blue line. It was not caught, but there was nobody there to pick up the rebound. That neutralizes the puck. Naraki's going to send it back into the Century zone. Siegert's going to give chase. Linneman's going to get chase. The puck behind the Century net. Hit off the far side board. Picked up and shot by Faribault. There's a rebound and... Well, I think we're going to have a penalty here. 7:59 to go. So the hand pass is called, which means we'll come all the way to the other end and have a face-off. It'll be to the left of Wiesler. Going for Century is Owen McDonald. He's a senior. Off the face-off, they had a shot. There was a glove save by Wiesler. Again, face-off to his left. The freshman Linneman was there that time for Faribault. There's another shot, a save by Wiesler. Standing right there, getting ready to try and stuff it back in was a Panther. But no rebound was allowed by Wiesler. 7:52 to go in this first period. 7-5 are the shots on goal in favor of Rochester Century. Lunging out to get it is Nesberg, the puck for an instant anyway. Sent up the far side board. Here comes Century again. Here's a shot. It's kicked aside by Wiesler. Puck is to his right. Century again sends it back toward the blue line. Skates to his right, shoots it. There's a lot of people screening in front of Mr. Wiesler, and they're going to put the goal back up. Meanwhile, both teams will make a line change here. 7:29 to go in the period. We've got a 7-5 shots on goal advantage for Century, but there's nothing but goose eggs on the score. Face off to the right of Wiesler this time. Like Slinger is in there for Faribault. Here's a shot. Century. It's intercepted. Slinger comes out. Going to bring it to the blue line. Shoot, and it's gloved by Kozik. 7-6 are the shots on goal. We have not had a penalty yet. That's good for Faribault. As I said before, Faribault has been averaging about 10 minutes in the penalty box per game. That's just too much. 7:09 to go in the period. May have heard Troy Tempo go, ooh, his shot was off that face-off. But there was a... We have a face-off at the blue line here. I believe. Century blue line. Yep, Mr. Vinar is going to do the honors for Faribault. Luke Vinar. Puck's going to bounce behind the net up the far side board. Ginter's staying with one of the Century Panthers. Now, remember, they got a guy that has quite a few points there. Right? In Gibson. Nobody can really gain control of it. Now, here comes Rochester Century. Cross neutral ice. Pass to the right. Pass to the left. He goes flying in, and it's a goal. Rochester Century did exactly what a textbook tells you to do. They got Wiesler from his left. They had a guy coming down the right, and he just wasn't able to get over there in time. We'll get the scoring official.
10 from 11 and 7. 10, 11, 7.
So the goal is scored by Rochester Century's T.J. Gibson, the guy I told you about, the sophomore.
Rochester Century at 10.9 in the first period. Number 10, T.J. Gibson.
Gives his 11th goal of the season. Assist goes to Aiden Swee.
His second assist to Aiden Emmerich. Gibson from Swee and Emmerich.
And Aiden Emmerich was the other assist. 1-0 Century leads on 8 shots. I think you heard that check right below us. The penalty box as Venar tries to get it up the rink, and again, Century's got numbers. A nice centering pass, and unable to get it in as Rochester Century. Slinger trying to get the puck out of there. Now one of the Falcons, I think it was Naraki, did get it out. We're going to have a stoppage here as I can tell you that I can't read my own writing here. Swee got his 6th assist. And Emmerich his 4th assist for Century. 5:31 to go here in the first period. Goodwin and Linneman are back and a plain catch behind the Faribault net. As Pavel gets it ahead. Slinger has it taken off his stick. Goodwin trying to settle the puck down, sends it into the corner, near side. And here come the Century Panthers. One of the Falcons got knocked down. And we'll see what's going to happen here. I think it's an offside. Hey. How's this for appropriate? The NHL announces just now that they have added new COVID-19 protocols. Of course, a lot of their teams are out of action. We're going to have a face-off above the Falcon blue line. The freshman Linneman, very good at those, won that one. As Nesberg gets knocked down. Lucas Linneman, the senior, had it for an instant. Now comes Century. Century's had very good spacing on the ice here. Skating ahead is Aiden Swee, who got the assist earlier. Weisler ended up on his derriere there in the net. We've got a penalty.
12:26 is the time.
Of course, it's against Faribault. Oliver Linneman, the freshman, will go to the penalty box. And so Century's on the power play.
It says number 6, Oliver Linneman. Minor penalty, 2 minutes for interference. Time at only 12:06.
So Faribault has to try in a penalty kill here. We told you already the Century, even though they score a lot, their power play is not among the leaders in the league by any means. There's a shot from just below the blue line to the right of Weisler. It bounces the other corner. Falcon just got knocked down. There's Naraki. Naraki gets it and slings it back the other way. Actually was on goal from way down on the other end of the rink. We've got 1:08 to go in the Century penalty. I already told you that Faribault Falcons coming into this game 3rd in the Big Nine in penalty kill. Rochester Century is 6th in power play. 17.6 on the power play. And for Faribault, the penalty kill 79.3%. 44 seconds to go. Nesberg trying to get that puck. Gets it up the far side board. It's sent. Right there was Venar, right by the post. And now we're going to have a Panther in the penalty box, I think. 27 seconds to go in the Faribault penalty on Linneman. Penalty is called against Ben Zebarth. He's a senior.
Minor penalty to Rochester, number 15, Ben Zebar. 2 minutes for interference. That penalty is 15-59.
So Faribault, if they can kill this off in 8 seconds, will have a bit of a power play of their own at the end of this period. It'd be nice to tie this game up, as the Falcons have about a 90-second power play here if they can just get control of that puck and set something up. Goodwin passes it to Seegert. Seegert shoots. It was deflected. Tries to pass it to Nesberg. It goes back into the corner to the right of Kozik. Now back to the other side. 1:10 to go in Faribault's power play. Told you already they have a pretty good power play at 34.8%. That's 4th in the Big Nine. Off the far side board. Faribault hits it a couple of times. Linneman gets it to Seegert. Seegert comes toward the net, and he tried to jam it. Was not able to get that done. The puck ended up not being covered up completely, and 45 seconds to go in this power play for the Faribault Falcons. Man, oh man. 1:45 to go in this first period. It's 1-0 Rochester Century. Face-off will be above the Century blue line here, and Slinger will be in the face-off for Faribault. He stepped through and got the win. He's going up against Matt Hahn, a junior. Bernard passes it. Angling is Pavel to pass it back into the Century zone. Sent cross to Naraki. Naraki's going to switch places with Pavel and shoot from high in the slot, and there's a save by Kozik. Each team with 9 shots on goal here in the first period. Face-off, Slinger to the right of Krozik. Slinger wins. There's a glove save. Right off the face-off, the shot. 1:17 to go in this first period. And Slinger wins the face-off. Gets control of the puck. A little backhand shot. Oh, the puck squeaks out to the other side. There was no Falcon there. It was a wide open net, too. Man, oh man, that'll end that power play. So both teams have had an effective penalty kill here in the first period. There's 54 seconds to go. Here's a shot. It's blocked. Taken by Rochester Century's Jack Hyland. He's a junior. Did some pretty fancy stick handling there to get around a few Falcons. Corey Johnson tries to get the puck to Slinger. Skating ahead is Pavel. Now Century gains it. It's deflected by Seegert. Slinger, it's a check on the near side board. Puck. Seegert has it, brings it across the blue line of the Falcons. Across the blue line is, oh, what a nice move there, but he lost the puck. He has totally lost the defender. And here's a centering pass, but nobody was there to get to it for Faribault. They give chase back into Faribault zone with 7 seconds left in the period. Here comes Linneman, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Linneman, Oliver, centering pass. He did a little pirouette center, and it was behind Mr. Seegert, who had gotten right next to the crease. Well, that's the first period, folks. The official gets ready to drop the puck at the Falcon logo at center ice, and, Faribault had control for an instant and now goes back into the Century zone, and they send it up the near side board. Naraki dumps it back in. Johnson gives chase for Faribault. It's in the corner to the left of Kozik. Now they try to break it out off the near side board. It gets dumped back in by Naraki. Century, in trying to break out of their zone, they'll just take it, hit it up the far side board, intercepted by Benar. Gets it to the blue line. Slinger. It's kicked into the corner there by the goalie. Actually, he had it off his glove and kind of left it over there. Slinger sends it the other side of the net. There's a little back pass. It's going to go all the way down toward Weisler. And He uses a stick to get it to his teammate, and a pass by Faribault that ends up in an icing call. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Weisler. Linneman was there, Oliver, and we've got a penalty here off the face-off. I think it's going to be a trip. Oh, I was wrong on that. So we walk to the other end of the rink. Just underway here, less than a minute into the second period, and Faribault's going to be on power play. Get you the penalty here in a sec.
Minor penalty to Rochester, 15. Good offense. Minor penalty for interference. Having a penalty 56 seconds into the second period.
So there you have it. Let's see if Faribault can get something going here on the power play, and we've got a whistle. They were offside. Both teams will make this opportunity to change their personnel a bit. Face off above the Century blue line. Slinger is in there and steps through and gets the face-off win for an instant. Goodwin gets it to Daraki. He's going to dump it back, and it's going to go all the way around the board, where Slinger will get it to Corey Johnson. Johnson shoots. Boy, right there in the slot was Pamel. There's a rebound, and Johnson just couldn't knock it back in. Boy, they had a guy standing to the left of the goalie that time, too. As Century fans at it at first and then sends it to the other end. We've got about a minute to go in the power play for Faribault. Century leads at 1-0. It's a golden opportunity to tie it. Goodwin skates all the way up the rink by himself, brings it, shoots it, and it's deflected behind. Goodwin gets control of it again. He's going to pass to his right. Now back to Goodwin at the point. He's going to shoot it. Slinger was right there. Also there for the rebound, they hope, was Corey Johnson, but there was no rebound. 35 seconds, or at least not where near their stick. Nice outlet pass. There's a shot. A nice save. Slinger was coming right at him. Nice save that time by Kozik. Puck literally took a jump over the blue line for Faribault. There's 18 seconds to go in this power play. Sidestepping a defender is Siegert. Sidesteps another one. And we're 5 seconds away from being at even strength for Century. And they're not going to get much of a power play. They have 6 shots on goal this period, does Faribault. None for Century. But nothing to show for it. Still 1-0 Century. There's a puck picked up by the Falcons. Is deflected, goes back all the way into the Faribault zone. Weisler comes out of goal, and then he decides against going over in that corner to pick it up. Bernard battling with one of the Panthers behind the net. Puck came out near the net, and Weisler's keeping tabs on it, sliding to his left. Tried to center pass it. Good job that time. Seeger just quickly got it out of there. Now Century gains control again. Here's a shot. And the puck is, oh my, was right there by the feet of Weisler. Back in the Century zone comes the puck. Sent it off the far side board. Bernard tries to send it to his teammate. The puck is at the blue line. It's sent back into the Century zone to the right of the goaltender from his knees. Bernard tries to get it to his teammate. That was Jax Bachman, who's on the ice, a junior. Rochester Century at neutral ice with the puck. Here's a shot that's gloved by Weisler from way high and to his left. He's had a good glove today. The goal was scored, not on his glove side. 12 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Here in the second period. 1-0 Rochester Century leads. Big Nine Conference boys hockey. Face off to the left of Weisler. Red circle. Jens Slinger was there. Puck ends up near the goal. Now a check into the corner by Faribault. Bringing it up the far side board. Faribault. There's a shot that's going to be kicked aside with a pad. Banking it off the near side board that time is Pavel. Slinger ends up with it. Kind of a blind pass. It's hit off the far side. Goodwin ends up with it at the Faribault blue line. Goodwin's going to send it up the near side board. It's going to wobble back into the Century zone. They'll ring the board to the other side. Slinger gives chase. They ring the near side board. Trying to cut it off is Faribault at neutral ice, and Goodwin does. Goodwin brings it back across the blue line. Goodwin is going to shoot, and it's kicked aside. That was on goal. Goodwin battling. Siegert there's coming right down the slot was Ginter, and he couldn't get the puck on his stick. As Rochester Century Panther loses the puck en route. Hit off the far side board. It's Ginter at neutral ice. Ginter has it taken off his stick. Linneman ends up with it. Lucas sends it up the far side board, but there was nobody to send it to. It's going to go back behind the net as Bachman gives chase. Oliver Linneman's back on the ice for the Faribault Falcons, the freshman. Going to bounce the puck all the way to the near side off the Century stick. Sent back, and Weisler's not going to allow a rebound. He's going to cover it up. 18-11 shots on goal in favor of Faribault, but they're down 1-0. Well, you can't get much more even than these two teams. They're both 3-4. Drop of the puck by the official. You look at the statistic, you would think Faribault would be the favorite. Just the penalty kill and the power play statistics, but you got to play the game on the ice. Cross rink pass by Century. Then they got pretty good spacing on the ice. Bringing it across the blue line for Rochester Century was Chris Murilli. He's a senior, and we've got a stoppage here because of a glove save by Weisler. Faribault will make a line change here. Slinger and Corey Johnson hit the ice. Face off to the left of Weisler. Faribault sophomore goaltender. Rocky trying to ring it toward Corey Johnson so they can break it out, and that didn't work. Slinger gains control, sends it up the far side board. Cutting it off is a Century Panther who stepped in front of Corey Johnson in the corner right of Weisler, and he makes a nice save there. Boy, that young man had some mustard on that shot. Weisler had to elevate to make the save. 18-13 shots on goal in favor of Faribault. Face off to the right of Weisler. Century sends it back toward the blue line. Now shooting it wide of the net. Getting it back at the blue line. There's a shot. Hits the backboard. Shot actually was deflected by a Panther inadvertently. As Faribault trying to break out of their zone here. They get it at neutral ice. Bringing it across the blue line. There's a shot. There was nobody around to get a rebound. Had there been one, Corey Johnson took the shot. There wasn't one because he gloved it, did the junior Connor Kozik. So the face-off will be to the left of Kozik with 9:42 to go in this second period. Century wins that one. Rings the near side board. And coming up, shooting and not scoring. Another save by Weisler. The Century does appear to have some pretty good speed. Jack Ottman missing that last attempt. And again, they tried to jam it in, but Weisler is to the task. 19-15 are now the shots on goal in favor of Faribault, according to the official score. Freshman Linneman, Siegert, and Nessberg are on the ice. Nessberg's a sophomore. Siegert is a senior. Weisler again is a sophomore as they face off. Hit off the far side board. Century trying to keep it alive over there. The Faribault Falcons trying to gain control is Goodwin. Another block by Faribault, and here come the Falcons. He lost the puck en route. Going to come up the near side board. Faribault's going to send it back into Siegert. Siegert, oh, he just kind of flung it at the net, and that almost ricocheted right to the slot as the puck ends up in the net. Wow. One nothing Rochester Century, 8:45 to go in this second period. Kozik's on his game here. I told you coming into this game, he had a save percentage of .862 and a 5 goals against average. 5 goals a game. And he's been pretty good here tonight. Century rings the far side board. Yoakum tries to gain control for the Faribault Falcons. They were going to try a centering pass there, and it got picked off. Century trying to come back the other way. Yoakum pokes the puck off his stick, and now Century ends up with it again. Coming flying up is Josh Hansen. Puck is on the near side board. Weisler trying to keep tabs to his left as the puck gets deflected to neutral ice, and Century will gain control. And again, they'll just try to improve their spacing. A little chip pass attempted. It's going to end up in the corner, and Rocky's going to get it for Faribault. With 7 minutes and 57 seconds to go, we've got a penalty here.
9:03 is the time.
Another interference. And so Century gets to go on the power play. It'll be on Jax Bachman. Faribault's third penalty.
Minor penalty assistant Faribault number 8.
Second penalty.
Minor penalty, trips, interference. Second penalty, 9:03.
Yeah, 9:03. Bachman gets whistled for interference. All their penalties have been interference. 2 each team. Century's going to send it, and Weisler got knocked down by a Panther, it appeared. His teammates right. Oh my! What a save that was by Weisler. Ended up doing almost a somersault. Calling for the puck as the Panther. He gets knocked down by a couple of Falcons. Weisler trying to keep tabs to his left. Meanwhile, Century's got guys on both sides. We need quick puck movement. There's a shot and the save. The reaction by one of the Panthers was priceless. 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the period. 1:06 to go in the Bachman penalty. To the right of Weisler. They drop the puck, win the face-off, and send it back the other way. That kills some more time. 58 seconds to go in the power play. Told you before, Century on the power play is 17.6%, 6th in the Big Nine out of 12 teams. Faribault's 4th, over 30%. But they haven't, they've had a couple of attempts and not been able to score here in this game. As they send the puck from side to side. There was an opportunity there, but Century was not able to get a stick on the puck. 23 seconds. There's a shot high in the slot. Oh, nice elevation save that time and a great block. What a block by Slinger from the shot at the point. Puck comes off the near side board, and we're going to have a icing call here with 6 seconds to go. On Century, of course. 6 seconds in the power play. Well, we'd love to have a goal off the face-off like we almost had in the first period. Just don't have it hit the post, and, you might get the goal. So Pavel's in there to the left of Krozik, and Century won that face-off. And they'll be at even strength right now. Nice steal of the puck by Pavel. Will send it back in behind the net. Seeger gives chase. Corey Johnson gives chase. Century ends up with the puck. They flip it up in the air. It's going to bounce all the way across into the Falcon zone. Near side board is the puck. Now at neutral ice, picking it up for Rochester Century is Jack Ottman. In the corner to the right of Wiesler is the puck. About 6 pairs of skates over there. As taking it out of there is Century and trying to walk it toward the net, but Linneman did not allow him to get there. Lucas now with the puck. Going to send it up, and then it got knocked back in by Rochester Century. Goodwin has it. There's a pass off the skate of one of the Falcons, Corey Johnson. Century trying to gain control there. Johnson goes over to try and wreak havoc. Seeger ends up with it for an instant. Now Century. Pass to the left. Far side board. Bringing it into the Falcon zone is the Panthers' Chris Moriel. Sent up the near side is the puck. We have 4.5 minutes to go in this period. 19-17 are the shots on goal in favor of Faribault, but they're down 1-0. Puck is to the left of Wiesler. He's keeping close tabs on it. Century had overloaded that side. They had nobody on the other side. The near side board. Seeger gets it in the Century zone and sends it toward the net, but there was no rebound. It's it was intercepted off the stick of a Century Panther. They bring it across the blue line. Does Owen Murgis. 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go in this period, and we'll have another penalty. Going to be on Nesberg. It'll be a trip.
Penalty to Faribault's number 15, Owen Nesberg. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of that penalty is 13:03 of the second period.
No, Faribault does not want to go down 2 goals going into the third period, so they're going to need to have that penalty kill be very good here. Nesberg, the sophomore, whistled for the penalty. He came into this game with the most penalties on the team, trying to jam it in his Century, but officials aren't awarding any goal there. Nesberg came into this game with 21 penalty minutes on the season. Remember, we told you Faribault, that's been kind of the issue. They've just been in the penalty box too much, averaging about 10 minutes a game, and that's a lot. There's a glove save by Wiesler. Minute 16 to go in the Century power play. We're all tied at 19 shots apiece now with 3:12 to go in the second period. Faribault's very capable of getting a shorthanded goal. I mean, they've got the athletes to do it, but right now they just want to make sure they don't score on this power play. There's a shot, and Wiesler's to the task there. A shot from his right. Minute 2 to go in the power play for the Rochester Century Panthers. Faribault's had 3 penalties and Century 2 in this game. From the blue line, now sending it. There's another save. Actually, he left it back on the ice, and it's sent back the other way. Century will have to track it down and bring it back up the rink. 46 seconds to go in the power play. Breakout pass. Corey Johnson trying to keep tabs. Slinger. A pass to the left of Wiesler. They get back high in the slot, and it's deflected, blocked. I think Slinger got that block again. Bounced off the near side board. There's a Century Panther that was perched right in front of Wiesler as the puck goes into the net. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in this second period. 16 seconds to go in the Century power play. Back on the ice for Faribault is Luke Benar. Approaching 10 seconds and an offside. Almost a steal that time by Linneman, but that was where the offside kind of worked in Century's favor. 2:05 to go. They have 9 seconds to go in their power play. Naraki is facing off here at the Falcon blue line. Just below us at the Faribault Ice Arena. Puck ends up Century control. 3-quarter rink pass to the right of Wiesler. Goes the Century Panther. Faribault now at even strength as the puck is sent all the way to the other side. That's how they scored their last goal, right? Making Wiesler move side to side. Setting it up the far side was Naraki. Couldn't get control of it, and we're going to have a puck on a skate. the official almost had the puck wedged in his skate. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I guess I could see it happening. 96 seconds to go in the period. 21-19 in favor of Century on the shots now. Means in this period, Century has 11 shots. 8 for Faribault in this period. Off the far side board, Bernard just flips it ahead. He did have Naraki off to his left, but evidently didn't see him. As the Falcons send it toward neutral ice, trying to get it to Naraki. We'll chase that puck down in the Century zone. Faribault trying to gain control. Nessberg unable to do so. The puck getting it out of there is Faribault. Naraki has it with a minute to go in the period. Up the far side board. They wave off an ice as Linneman does a little hip check. Oh my, he threw it toward the net, and right there was Benar, and score! Oh, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off. Looked like Naraki got a rebound. They're going to wave it off.
Time is 16:17.
Called it off.
Yeah, he waved it off. That would have tied the game, of course, with 43 seconds to go in the period. We're tied at 21 shots apiece. We have quite the third period. Linneman tried to leave it for his teammate. It ends up on the stick of the Panther, and now Slinger gets it back. Linneman's going to shoot. It's going to be a rebound, but off into the corner, off the pad. Pavel was there. He just couldn't get it on his stick. Puck goes all the way to the other end with 17 seconds to go in the period. Faribault trying a half rink pass at the neutral zone. Now Slinger has it. Slinger stops, shoots, hits the stick of the Panther. Goodwin dumps it back in. It's going to ring all the way to the other side with 2 seconds to go. 1 second, and that'll be the period. And the puck kind of comes out of there, and Faribault had it for an instant. Now Slinger has the puck, brings it across the Century blue line. It's pinned up against the board. It's sent back behind the board. Century trying to just pass it into the corner and then break it out from there. Puck was at neutral ice. Is taken off the stick of one of the Panthers by Goodwin. Now Faribault gets it back in. Oh, man. Right in front of the net was Pavel, and he couldn't get it on his. There's a pad save by the Century Panther. It goes behind the net. The slinger calling for it was Linneman at the blue line. Linneman's going to shoot, and it's going to bounce behind the net. Now Faribault looks like they're intending on putting a little more pressure on this goalie. Slinger trying to gain control of the puck behind the net. Century comes out of there with it, flips it up in the air to neutral ice. Linneman lets it go. Well, Faribault tries to send it out, and it's intercepted by Century. Now Faribault comes up with it at neutral ice. Pavel tries to get it to his teammate, Seegert, to Naraki, and we're going to have an offside. 15:46 to go here in the third period. Century enjoying a 1-0 lead. They've had that since the first period. Face off at the blue line of Century. Naraki's there. Gets dumped back into the Century zone. Now Century trying to break it out. Puck popped up in the air. Seegert spanks it toward Linneman. Now it goes into the crowd. I've been hit up here a couple of times over the years. As we'll have a face-off above the Century blue line on the other side of the rink, not too far from the City of Faribault logo. They drop the puck. Faribault wins that. It's sent from mid-ice on net, but it's knocked into the corner. As Naraki trying to gain control, can't do it. Seegert's going to chase into the corner on the near side. Sent up the near side board. Now Faribault gets it rung to the other side. Nesberg. Now Century trying to break out of their zone here. It's a half-rink pass. Bringing it across the Faribault blue line is a Panther. He'll send it toward the net. It goes wide, and one of the Panthers goes flying into Wiesler. .57 to go in this third period. Got a broken stick on the other end the officials are dealing with. Well, the Falcons evidently had their stick broke. Face off to the right of Wiesler. In right to left on your radio dial goes Century. Faribault goes left to right. Faribault in the green and white. There's a jam attempt, and they're in front. They're in the creases. Where's the puck? Where's the puck? Guys are trying to jam at the puck. There it is. And, wow, sprawling on the ice was Wiesler, and it ended up under his leg. Man, oh, man. They were jamming at it, slapping at it, hammering at it. That's a huge save, too, because, you know, you don't want to go down 2 goals here and 14:42 left. You haven't been able to figure out the Century goalie yet. Blue line, there's a shot, and there's a save by Wiesler. Didn't have a ton on that shot. But Wiesler's not allowing a rebound. The Rockies back on the ice. Oliver Linneman's on the ice. Seegert's on the ice. For the Faribault Falcons, the face-off to the right. They win it. Goodwin sends it to the other side. Oh, boy, Linneman was perched right by the goal. And here comes Century. Here comes Linneman. Brings it across the blue line. The freshman. He was in the corner there for a second. Well, maybe there could have been a... There's a shot, a pad save. In the corner to my right, to the left of the goaltender. Puck comes all the way to the other end of the rink. Wiesler was going to come out of that and decided against it. Sent up the far side. There's Seeger. Seeger brings it across the blue line. He's to the right of, and he gets ridden into the board. One of the Falcons took a tumble there off a check by Century, and now they're going to come back the other way. Little drop-off pass. The shot goes wide. Comes to the near side. Century will dump it back in. There's a centering pass. Goes all the way to the other side. Nesberg looks to see if he's got any Panthers. Oh, my. Almost turned it over right in front of the goal. And they're hammering at it. Now the puck comes to the near side. It's going to ring the board all the way to the other end. We'll have an icing call on Century. Or no, I'm sorry, it's on Faribault. Wow. Shots are now 24 apiece. That's how even this game's been, too. We're going to have a face-off to the right of Weisler. Slinger wins that one. Off the near side board, it's banked. Comes ahead to Pavel. Pavel's got Slinger to his left. He's going to go in, and he's going to not score. He tried to flip it over the shoulder, and he just couldn't stop and do it. Here's a shot by Slinger, and it's a save by Kozik. Stopping the puck is Weisler. Oh, my. Almost turned it over to a Panther when he was trying to get it out of there. There's a shot. We're going to have a penalty here. Oh, man. We're going to have a trip. A trip is going to be called. Yep, it's going to go on Vanar.
Trip.
It's an ugly penalty rearing its head again. It's kind of been the nemesis.
Faribault's number 19, Blake Bernard. 2 minutes for tripping. That tripping penalty is at
4:08 is the time of the penalty. So Faribault's got to kill off another one. Faribault's been whistled for 4 penalties, 2 for Century. We have a face-off to the right of Weisler. The officials are discussing something here. I'm going to say now we'll bring it up to neutral ice. Face-off right below us here. Pops toward the Falcon bench. Trying to gain control of it for Rochester Century. Well, how did I end up with 2 Faribault rosters? I didn't know I had 2 Faribault rosters. Anyway, we're going to have another stoppage and a face-off to the left of Weisler. As Pavel checks on the ice. And Naraki, one of the co-captains, is coming off. Face-off. Century sends it back toward the point. Remember, they're on the power play here. A goal here would be huge for them. Skating to his right was Isaiah Huber. Here, puck's going to go into the corner to the left of Weisler. Century's going to circle back. Send it toward the point. Huber skates to his right, goes back to his left. There's a deflection by Goodwin. There's a shot behind the goal by Century. Trying to gain control of it is Matt Hahn. Faribault gives chase as it wobbles all the way to the other end. Coming out of net, passing it to his teammate is Kozik. And coming flying up the rink is T.J. Gibson, the guy who's got the only goal in this game. There's a pad save there by Weisler. He just skated in there and shot. Pass the near side, kind of fanning at the puck. Now they get it back to the blue line. There's a shot, and it's knocked aside off the stick of Weisler into the corner. A centering pass coming back the other way. Couldn't get it on the stick. And here comes Faribault on the turnover. Slinger is going to skate right toward the, oh my, hit the pipe at the post, and then it deflected right in front of the net, but no Faribault Falcon was there because, well, they're shorthanded. 24 seconds to go in the Century power play. Faribault has just had to spend too much energy on the penalty kill. Going to have a face-off to the right of Kozik. And Century is going to come out of there with this one. Nice deflection by Goodwin of the puck, and we're going to have an offside. 17 seconds left in the power play for the Century Panthers. They have a 1-0 lead. Shots are 27-26 in favor of the Panthers. Face-off just above the Falcon blue line at neutral ice. Banked off the far side board. Cross rink they go with it, and they send it from mid-ice, left by Weisler for Goodwin, who sends it up all the way to the other end. It rolls with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that'll be the end of that penalty. So Faribault has killed off every penalty in this game, so has Century. There's an interception of a pass. Goodwin sends it off the near side board with 10:39 to go in this one. Linneman is right in front of the net. He dropped his stick in the crease. Trying to get back to the other side. Puck is rung to this side. 10:24 to go. And now the puck went out of play off a deflection. Ending up on his knees that time for Century was Chris Morial, the senior. Right in front of the Faribault bench. We're going to have a face-off right at mid-ice. Right on the Falcon logo, they'll drop the puck. Naraki is there for Faribault. They're moving left to right. Tried to step through and he got knocked down right there. Century gaining control of the puck. Pass to the left. Bringing it across the blue line is a Panther. He's going to shoot it wide. Gets his own rebound. Sends it back the other way. Here's a shot. It's another save by Weisler. From just below the blue line was that shot. Again, Faribault's got to get control of this puck and get out of their zone. With 9:49 to go, they're down 1-0. Century shot. Another pad save by Weisler. Seeger tried to gain control of it. Ended up getting ridden off the puck, and we're going to have a whistle, and we'll have another face-off. 9 minutes, 38 seconds to go. It's 29-26. Shots on goal in favor of the Rochester Century Panthers. Face-off is at the Falcon blue line. Neutral ice. Spanked off the near side board by Goodwin, and then Century ends up with it again. They pass to mid-ice. They send it back. Doing some dumping here with his 1-0 lead. 9:25 to go. There's a centering pass popped up in the air, and man, oh man, Weisler, I don't know how he can be as cool as the other side of the pillow because he just kind of snapped that out of the air like it was no big deal. The puck popped up in the air, looked like it might go into that. He just reached over and made the catch. Like it's just another day at the office. Here's another shot, and there's a rebound, and comes back out the other side. Century sends it into the corner to the left of Weisler. Slinger trying to gain control, passes it, tries to pass it to himself off the board. He gets checked up against the board with 9:01 to go. And we are going to have a penalty.
7:59 is the time.
Second penalty whistled against the young man. It's Ben Ziebart, the senior. Faribault really needs to score on this power play. There's 9 minutes to go.
My penalty to Rochester number 15, Ben Ziebart. 2 minutes for interference. Time of that penalty is 7:59.
So interference again. Boy, we've had a lot of those calls tonight. That's our 5th interference call. We've had 2 trippings. Puck ends up right in the slot, but no Faribault Falcon can get to it. At mid-ice, Goodwin brings it across the blue line, goes to the far side. The puck ends up on this side. Minute 37 to go. Here's a shot. It gets knocked aside. Naraki took that from the blue line. Puck is just to the right of Krozik, and he's having a hard time getting back to the goal. There's a lot of bodies there for an instant. As the puck comes toward the blue line, Seegert picks it up. Seegert tries to escape in the slot, and it gets taken right off his stick. Here comes Rochester Century, short-handed, and the deflection is made and sent to the other side by Century. Well, they almost got the short-handed, and off the skate goes this puck of Seegert, and Faribault has not had much of a power play here. There's a shot and a block by Weisler. There's 56 seconds to go in this Century penalty, and Faribault just has not had control of the puck really at all. Now Seegert gets it. Seegert when you got the man advantage, need to move the puck. It's going to be sent all the way behind the net. Weisler's going to, oh, he's almost knocked that in his own goal. As Pavel behind the net. It's deflected off the far side board. Boy, Faribault has not had much of any kind of an opportunity here. It's off the near side board, the puck. Sending it to the other side is Vinar, and then Linneman dumps it. There's 18 seconds to go in their power play, and they really haven't set up much of a power play. There's a deflection. Picking it up is Corey Johnson with 9. Oh, nice centering pass toward Slinger, but he couldn't get it on his stick. Sent up the far side. Linneman is going to lose the puck, then back pass it. 6:59 to go. Nice cross rink pass. There's a shot to score! Terrific shot over the left shoulder by Blake Vinar, the senior. That was awesome. Boy, did Faribault need that. Blake Vinar picks up his second goal of the season.
Faribault at 10:06 in the third period. Number 19, Blake Vinar. The assist to number 5, Lucas Linneman. Vinar from Linneman at 10:06.
So Linneman gets an assist, Lucas Linneman. And that's his second assist of the year. Again, it comes at, what do you say, 10:56 or 10:06? Anyway, we're tied at 1. I don't know if my ticker can take the next 6 minutes and 29 seconds. What a game. Face off to the left of Weisler. Both these goalies have been very good. In the slot, here's a shot. It's knocked out. Don't know if it got all the way to Weisler or not. At neutralized, Century again gains control. They try to send it ahead. It's intercepted, and it's going to bounce up in the air, and Century's going to settle it down, and now they're trying to get the puck over by the blue line, and we're going to have a face-off. 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go in regulation. We're tied at 1. Well, Faribault pulled one out at Winona last Saturday. It was a 1-1 game of the third, and Naraki got a big goal. Can they do it again? 6 minutes to go in the third period. Rochester Century trying to gain control, and Johnson ends up getting it to Nessberg. Now bringing it up. There's a nice pass to Slinger. Slinger is going to flip it up in the net. I like those diagonal passes because, well, it's kind of like a slant in football, right? 5 minutes, 46 seconds to go. We're going to have a face-off to the left of Kozik, the junior goaltender for Rochester Century in the gray. He's wearing a white helmet. The remainder of his teammates are in that dark blue. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of a breakaway, and he tried to shoot it and ended up shooting it over everything. Did the Rochester Century Panthers' Jonah Ottman. Johnson sends it back the other way with 5:24 to go. Ringing the board is the puck. Century can't gain control of it. Faribault. Oh, there's an interception and a deflection. And there's a centering pass. And Weisler did block. Oh, he blocked it again. There's another shot by Rochester Century. Man, oh man. I mean, he is just so calm and collected there. I mean, he moves quick, but he doesn't appear to be at all, rattled. Here's another deflection of the puck. It's going to send off the far side board as Century will go back to get it. That's Matt Hahn. They send it back the other way. Goodwin's going to gain control with 4:43 to go. Little chip pass is almost intercepted. Linneman tried to get it out to Siegert to get him on a breakaway. And we're going to have a face-off above the Falcon blue line here, just below us. at the Faribault Ice Arena. What a game. Tied at 1 with 4:39 to go. Yep, you can watch this on FCTV. Drop of the puck. It'll be worth watching. Good one. Banks it off the near side board. It'll especially be good, worth watching if they can win this thing. Linneman had it for an instant, then got it back. Now it's at neutral ice. Goodwin's going to send it up the far side board. And the Rockies just going to backhand it, ring the board with 4:17 to go. Faribault going to see if they can't get some numbers. Off the skate of one of the Century Panthers goes the puck, and they'll bring it into the Faribault zone. He'll get stopped there. Goodwin and the Panther kind of shoving at each other. And here comes Oliver Linneman. Cross the blue line. Linneman, the freshman, shoots high, and it got knocked down. Remember, that's how they scored, was on the over his shoulder. And that's what he tried to do there. But the goalie was to the task. We got a stoppage here with 3:47 to go in regulation. Tied at 1 apiece. Wow. You got another penalty, huh? Faribault's going to go on the power play here with 3:47 to go. Let's see if they can get a power play goal. It's against Eddie Retzloff. He's a sophomore.
Justin, how do you say your last name?
Right off the face-off, there was a shot and a save.
So I have the wrong name? 22?
Yeah, on Century.
Yeah, what was the name?
Edward Retzloff. Eddie Retzloff.
Minor penalty to Rochester, number 22, Eddie Retzloff. 2 minutes for checking. Cross-checking at 13:13.
When he said checking, I almost lost it. It was cross-checking, yes. Todd Markman. Minute 40 to go on the power play. Faribault's got to have a power play. And the last one, they didn't have much of a power play. Here's a shot. It goes behind the net. Faribault trying to gain control. Send it off the near side board. The Rocky was toward the blue line, so is Pavel. And Century smacks it out of there. The near side board. Again, they're going to gain control and take it in the Falcons zone. That's precious time that Faribault doesn't have the puck. Corey Johnson has it. And the Rocky might have injured himself on that last play. It looks to me like he might have, well, I'm not going to speculate, but he does look like he's hurting. Up the far side board goes the Falcon. He loses the puck. That's Linneman, Lucas. It's taken off the stick of the Century Panther by Bernard, the young man who scored Faribault's goal. Again, the puck is sitting back in the Falcon zone with precious seconds ticking away in this power play. Faribault brings it up, and again, this kind of, they're just not sharing the puck a lot. 2 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Puck is up against the board behind the Century net. They lift it up in the air and send it back the other way. 22 seconds to go. 34-31, Century leads in shots on goal. As Goodwin will bring the puck up the rink. Again, he just brings it all the way himself. The far side board. Nesberg's trying to get in the slot. The puck gets deflected. There's 5 seconds to go, and another power play goes by the by. Faribault unable to score. They were over 30% coming into this game on the power play, and here's a steal by Century and a centering pass, and he heads toward the net, and Weisler hugging that post. Coming back the other way, Faribault, and there's a minute 28 to go in this game. When do you pull your goalie? Bring it across the blue line is Gibson. Oh, no, that's not Gibson. That's Huber. There's a shot pad save. Ring the board. Weisler trying to keep tabs on it. There's a shot deflected off the Panther. It's shot again off the Panther. They get back toward the blue line. He's going to go cross rink. Here's a shot from Heights. Blocked. Nice block by Slinger. Slinger's going to end up with a puck with 58 seconds to go. Slinger gets control of the puck, tries to center it to Corey Johnson. It goes off the backboard. ends up right in front of the net, but no Faribault. Oh, he picked it up and he sends it wide to Slinger. Boy, he had an open net on the other side. He got a little too excited there, I think. 42 seconds to go. Oh my, Pavel, I thought got tripped. 34 seconds to go. As Faribault and Century, of course, they're content with when it's in Century's zone to keep it tied up. Here's a turnover. 18 seconds to go. They send down toward Wiesler, and it comes to the other side with 13 seconds. 12, 11, 10, 9. Faribault just cannot. Naraki's, oh my, he got his head into the board there. There's a pad save. Boy, Naraki came off the ice earlier, and I thought sure he was hurt, but he's back on the ice, and we're going to go to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Sam Burmeister, he's a senior. Face-off, Faribault has it. Oh my, he whips at it. There's a shot right in the slot, and saved by Wiesler. As he turned it over, obviously not intentionally, he kind of fell down with the puck, and that almost ended up in a disaster for Faribault. Here comes Siegert. Siegert tries a centering pass, but they can't get it in the slot. We had one goal waved off for Faribault, remember? The goal's off again. Some goaltenders are very adept at that. So I have a face-off to the left of Kozik in the Century zone. Century ends up almost hitting the official in the head with the puck. It's going to come back to the other way. It trickles the red circle. Wiesler was going to, I thought, cover it up, but it ended up not getting to him. 7:19 to go. He's got Nesberg standing by him. The puck is in the corner. Nobody can gain control of it at the moment to the left of Wiesler. 7:09 to go in the overtime. And the shot goes into the netting. Now, I got to be honest, I've never understood why, if you shoot the puck and you shoot it in the netting, why you get to have the face-off in the other team's end makes no sense to me at all. You kind of get rewarded for shooting it out of play. Here's a near deflection, and it's, oh my. I don't know who got the back hit, but it goes all the way back into the Century zone. Siegert's going to give chase along with the Panther. They ring the board to the other side. We're tied at 1. We're in overtime with 6.5 minutes to go. Century. Oh my, one of the Falcons knocked into his own teammate as Century brings it up the ice with 6:27 to go. They get a guy perched right in front of the goal. Behind the net. Tried to flip it to his teammate, and Faribault's going to knock it away. We're going to have a face-off in the Century zone, or in the Falcon zone. Pavel's going to check in. Corey Johnson's back on the ice. Slinger's back on the ice. Face-off to the left of Wiesler. He spent a lot of this period in the Faribault zone. It'd be a big win if Faribault can get it here in overtime. They got to score. Falcon was bringing it up the ice. Slinger, he got knocked to the ice. Century's going to bring it back the other way. It's knocked off his stick. We have an offside here. 5:56 to go in this overtime. If it ends up 1-1, each team gets a point. And it's a tie. Naraki, Oliver Linneman, and Siegert on the ice with Lucas Linneman. Faribault's going to bring it across the blue line. Is Siegert, a little back pass right there was the Falcon, and the goalie kind of took exception to him slapping at it, but boy, there was almost a rebound. I think that was that was Oliver Linneman, who was right. Good job by Seeger to get it to the other side and try and get it to Linneman, and they just weren't able to get the goal. 5:42 to go here in the overtime. Century has the puck. They leave it. There's a shot. There's a pad save by Wiesler. 38-31 shots in favor of Century. They gain control of the puck. They send it back cross rink. Kind of a mishit of the puck there. Sent back into the Century zone by Faribault. Now Century's going to break out of their zone, bringing it across the blue line. Here's a shot off the stick side of Wiesler. Faribault gaining control of that puck. Pass ahead, but he couldn't get it on the stick. Slinger trying to pass it ahead. There's a centering pass by Faribault. Comes at neutral ice, does the puck. 4:56 to go. Sent half rink is the puck. Gaining the Century zone was Siegert. Tries to get it to his teammate, and it ends up off the skate. Comes to the near side. Linneman couldn't get his stick on it. Bring it across the blue line. Rochester Century going to try and set something up here with 4:32 to go. He circles all the way around to the other side and kind of fanned at it. Here's a shot. Didn't get all the way through. 4:20 to go. Slinger sends it to the other side. Really had no teammates with him that time. At neutral ice, Johnson's going to bank it off the far side board. Century's going to break it out of their zone at neutral ice. Angling, going through the slot to the right of Wiesler, going all the way to the other side. There's a centering pass and not able to get it on the stick of the Panther. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. It's sent from neutral ice, banks off the backboard. Nesberg passes it out. See if Faribault can, well, he's going to flip it back into the Century zone, and no Faribault Falcons were back in their Century zone there with 3:32 to go. Trying to gain control. Oh, my. Almost. Linneman's almost got a, there's a shot behind the goal, and covering it up is going to be Krozik. 3 minutes, 21 seconds to go. Connor Kozik has been as cool as a cucumber, too. 3 minutes, 21 seconds to go in overtime. 40-31 are the shots on goal in favor of Century. That doesn't matter. It's the score, and we're tied at 1. Face off to the left of Kozik. Faribault kind of fanning at it with Siegert. Rings the board to the near side. Got Nesberg at the blue line. And the puck ends up in the netting, and we're going to have another face-off. Now this time we have a face-off at neutral ice. And not in the zone like we did last time. The puck off the near side board. Century's going to bring it in. The shot is wide. Sends it to the other side. We're under 3 minutes to go in this game. Here's another shot. Almost a deflection. Those got to be scary for goaltenders. Oh, there's another shot. Wiesler trying to save. He's going to cover the net with his arms spread, and he's back. And, of course, the net, one of the Falcons went flying in there, too, as Wiesler throws a stick out of there. Well, they waved off a goal earlier that Faribault had because the net came off, and I didn't even see any indication of any score or anything there. Well, one of the Panthers thought there should be, but 2 minutes, 46 seconds to go. Well, do you pull your goalie if you get the puck in one end of the rink with the last under 2 minutes to go? I don't know that you chance that, to be honest. You get a point with a tie. If you give up a win, you get no points. Obviously, you want the 2 points, but we're going to have a face-off above the Falcon blue line. Century had it. Faribault had it. Century had it. Faribault, now Century brings it into the Faribault zone. 2:39 to go. Goodwin cuts off the puck behind the net. Does Faribault have one last rush here? We have a stoppage. And another face-off will be at the blue line of the Faribault Falcons. For Century, it's Aiden Swee who got the assist on the goal earlier. Again, Faribault has a deflection of a pass attempt, and they just can't gain control. Oh, here comes a turnover. Slinger has it. Slinger passes it to himself, shoots, and a stick save by Kozik. Well, that was a pretty good attempt there. 2:09 to go. Here comes Century back the other way, left to right on your radio dial. Swee into the corner. Hits it off the skate of the official for Faribault. They say thank you very much because he was trying to pass it to his teammates. They ring the board to the near side. Siegert leaves it for Linneman. Linneman gets around the defender. It's sent back to the other side. Minute 45 to go. Century has a 2-on-2 here. He's driven into the corner by Goodwin. A back pass back to the Panther, who skates to the corner left of Weisler. You can hear the guys tapping the ice for Century. It's going to end up with Siegert. Minute 24 to go. Century kind of fanning at it. It's sent back the other way just below the blue line by Linneman. Lucas. Siegert has it. Siegert to Lucas, or Oliver Linneman. It's a pad save. He had it right there in the slot. There's a stick in the slot, too, of somebody's. It's a Panther, I think. There's a shot. Oh, it goes in. It goes in. There's a deflection on the shot. It went off the glove of the goalie and into the goal, and the Falcons win. 1 minute, 1 second to go in overtime. Faribault wins. Faribault wins with 1:01 to go in overtime. Doesn't get much more exciting than that, does it?